Show you how to print this pattern or any PDF patterns. This one includes layers, which make it really easy to print just the size that you want. To do that, you are going to want to click on these 3 pieces of paper that look like they're stacked up. So that is highlighted for me. Well, I just made it go away. And from there, you are going to want to click on this icon. It's a square with 2 dots and some lines. It has a drop down, and you're going to want to click List Layers for all pages. Then your layers come up. The pattern includes on page, let's go to it. On page 7, it includes size numbers for the pattern pieces. So you're going to determine which size you want. If you're doing women's or if you're doing men's, you can pick whichever size. Let's say you're going to do a men's extra small. That corresponds with 2. So you're going to want to come over here and unclick everything that is not 2. So unclick everything. And when I go to my pattern pieces at the end, let's find a good one that's gonna have a good piece on it. Okay, let's take this one for example. It is only showing 1 line. If I click on 3, it adds that other line to it. So I'm going to unclick 3 again to show you how they disappear. Okay, so from here, you're going to want to go back to the, pretty much at the beginning, that was on page 7. So we're going to want to go to, I'm looking for the printing guide, which is on page 10. It also has instructions for printing with layers, and it also breaks down the page numbers that you're going to want to print for each option that you do. So if you're doing a sweater with a hood and you clicked your layers, you're going to want to print only the pages that are listed for the sweater with the hood. Same with the cowl and the cowl hood. Then you're going to want to come down here, and if you're doing cuffed sleeves, you're going to want to print extra pages for women. And then if you're doing a sweater with the bottom band, there's extra pages here to print. All of the other things, options, are already included on pages that you've printed up here. The thing that I'm going to tell you is that if you're doing the cuffed sleeve with the thumb hole, you do want to print your cuff. The same thing with your cowl. You're going to want to print your cowl if you're doing the fold over cowl. I'll be uploading those files on Thursday and giving you an idea of what you're going to want to do to complete those. I'll give you instructions on how to do your inseam pockets as well as the fold over cowl and the thumb hole cuffs. I also wanted to show you the printing of this pattern. If you're in Adobe Reader or Acrobat Reader, you're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Print. I usually do Command Print. I'm on a Mac. You could also do Control Print if you're on a Windows device. For printing this, you're going to want to make sure actual size is selected, as well as auto portrait / landscape. That is going to make sure that things that are supposed to be portrait are portrait, and the ones that are landscape actually print that way. If you pre-select it, some of the pages could be turned a different way and they'll print incorrectly. And if you have questions on how to print the specific pages that we saw, you click Pages and you can put your page numbers right here. If you want to print consecutive pages, you put the dash. So if I put through 75 right here, it'll print every page between 68 and 75. And when you put a comma, it prints that page only. Or if you put a comma and a page number dash another page number, like this, it would print those two groups of pages, omitting 76 and 77. You can also just print a single page if you would like, and it'll print these specific pages only. And then you go over here and you click Print. The other thing that I did want to mention is that for me, it is helpful to find the square, the test square. I find the test square, and in this pattern, it is on page 56. This one is a 2-inch test square. I print only this page. So I would go to Print, I did Command Print, and I would print current page, and as you can see, it'll only print one page, and that page is page 56, and it has my square in it. So if I print just that page, I can test my square before I print any other pages. If that test square is not on the first page of your pattern that's going to be printed, you're gonna have to remember that you already printed that page, or you could just print it twice. Sometimes I'd forget and print it more than once. Either way, it's okay to reprint one page. You just don't wanna print all 200 pages of this file pattern, because 200, I mean, who wants to put together 215 pages? That's a whole lot. But the layers and the printing chart makes this really easy, and I love that this pattern has that feature to it. It just makes it so much easier to figure out what you want to print. All right, ladies, if you have any questions about printing or layers, please do not hesitate to ask. We are here to help. I don't mind answering any questions, and if I can't figure out the answer myself, I will ask Rebecca. Thank you, and have a great day.